Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're looking at 10 singers who have largely stepped away from touring their music.
I wish you health and love, prosperity. Be kind to each other, okay? And farewell.
OutKast.
You think you got it, oh, you think you got it, but got it, just don't get it till there's nothing at all.
OutKast was one of the most influential and critically acclaimed hip-hop acts of the 90s and 2000s, and in some ways, they called it a day at the perfect time. After the release of their final album, Idlewild, Andre 3000 and Big Boy decided to go their separate ways.
Well, I'm gonna toot you out of this little town, and soon as I do it, I'ma get down, come on.
A brief reunion tour in 2014 had fans hoping that the duo would return to the studio, but it never materialized. These days, Andre is a lot more interested in making new age jazz music on his flute, making a full-time return to hip-hop very unlikely. Still, the legacy OutKast left behind is undeniable, and their discography is one of the most consistently impressive in the entire genre.
Lean a little bit closer, see, roses really smell like boo, boo, boo.
Joni Mitchell.
Don't it always seem to go? You don't know what you've got till it's gone.
Joni Mitchell has spent her life creating some of the most essential folk, pop, and jazz music ever written. She seems to be enjoying a pretty successful post-retirement return to the stage, playing a few shows with a selection of guest singers and musicians. She suffered a brain aneurysm in 2015 that threatened to derail her career entirely. However, she made a triumphant return to live performing in 2022.
And I would still be on my feet. Oh, I'd still be on my feet.
Unfortunately, the idea of a full-blown tour is pretty much unlikely at this stage. By the sounds of things, you can expect to see sporadic appearances, and that's all.
I look at life from both sides now.
Phil Collins. Phil Collins has truly done it all. After achieving huge success as the drummer and eventually the band leader of prog giants Genesis, Collins went solo and had major commercial success. But in recent years, his health has taken a real turn for the worse.
I don't want to be a caricature of myself, so I'd rather stop. But it's if I can't do what I did as well as I did it, I'd rather,
Collins wouldn't be drawn into discussing the specifics of his ongoing illness, but he made it clear that he's quite sick. In fact, he revealed that he's no longer able to play the drums and has lost his desire to record any more music. His Not Dead Yet tour had its final show in 2022, and in all likelihood, it could well be the last time he takes to the stage.
if I wake up one day and I can, hold a pair of drumsticks, and then I will have a crack at it. But it just, I just feel like I've used up my air miles.
Tracy Chapman.
Don't you know, you're talking about a revolution that sounds.
Tracy Chapman has brought her music to the ears of millions, but live performances have become less and less of a priority for her over the years. Her one-off appearance at the 2024 Grammys was a highlight for many, but it seems as though she wants to live a very private lifestyle.
Starting from zero, got nothing to lose. Maybe we'll make something. Me, myself, I got nothing to prove.
Her last tour ended in 2009, and though covers of her songs, particularly Fast Car, are as widespread as ever, don't hold your breath on seeing Chapman herself sing it. Judging off her Grammys appearance, though, she very clearly hasn't lost a step, so her absence from the performing circuit is certainly a shame.
And a feeling that I belong. I had a feeling I could be someone.
Tom Waits. Tom Waits has never failed to do things his own way. As one of music's greatest chameleons, his approach to writing and performing has changed many times over the years. For the most part, his albums have never failed to thrill fans and critics alike, but in recent years, Waits has become even more reclusive than usual, preferring acting roles over live music performances.
I need some more flame! More flame! It's a great night for a jump.
With 17 studio albums over the course of 38 years, he has very clearly earned the right to call his own shots. A return to the studio doesn't appear to be out of the question, but that might be the best we can hope for.
If we gotta hold on and take a mind, standing right here, gotta hold on.
Elton John. To say that Elton John went out in a blaze of glory would be an understatement. He played 330 shows over 5 years for his farewell Yellow Brick Road World Tour to seemingly wrap things up in 2023. But he later returned for a much lighter schedule of standalone shows in 2024 and 2025. The occasional gig aside, John seems pretty content with what he's done up to this point. At this stage, his desire to spend more time with his family trumps all. Nothing wrong with quitting while you're ahead, right? Dolly Parton.
I tumble out of bed and I stumble to the kitchen, pour myself a cup of ambition and yawn and stretch and try to come to life.
Dolly Parton is one of the most prolific songwriters to ever do it, with an estimated 3,000 songs written over the course of her 60-year career. 50 studio albums is a milestone that most musicians will never even come close to reaching, so it should come as no surprise that a woman with that kind of back catalog is ready for some well-earned time off.
When you're doing that, you don't think about what you're doing. You're just doing it. That's what I mentioned earlier about when you see your life before you in the museum, and you think, how in the world could anybody cover that, that much territory?
She's not fully out of the game yet, though, as she continues to compose music and still makes the occasional live appearance. But by the sounds of things, Dolly is done taking her show on the road.
And I will always love you. I will always love you.
ABBA.
Mamma mia, does it show again? Mama, just how much I missed her.
Despite being one of the most successful musical acts of all time, ABBA have not performed a full show in a non-TV setting since 1980. Sure, their ABBA Voyage virtual concert tour was a big success, but the idea of seeing these 4 legends back on stage together is almost an impossibility. ABBA were a band built on 2 marriages, but once each one ended in divorce, the group's days were numbered. Their 2018 album, Voyage, could well be their final statement to the world, and considering the positive reception it got, they certainly nailed their exit.
Yes, we can do it. The spirit is there. It's still in us.
Enya. Enya might have sold 80 million records worldwide, but even with her global fame, she remains one of music's biggest recluses. In fact, over the course of her career, she has never performed a full concert as a solo artist, citing the difficulty of recreating her music in a live setting.
It's one way or the other. It should be one direction. It could be on reflection.
Enya is a studio artist through and through, and aside from a few single-song performances on TV shows and award ceremonies, she has practically no history on stage. It's a rare thing for a musician to totally ignore such an important part of the job, and yet it doesn't seem as though it has affected her popularity at all. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Kenny Loggins, prioritizing spending time with his family over touring. Huey Lewis, retired from performing due to hearing loss caused by Meniere's disease. Buffy Sainte-Marie. Physical health issues led her to stop touring in 2023.
I got my own rack, I got my own pack, and only I can go.
Art Garfunkel. Consistent vocal issues caused Garfunkel to give up touring.
A loved one still has now grown old.
Steven Tyler suffered a vocal cord injury that he won't ever fully recover from. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Kate Bush.
How could you leave me when I needed to possess you?
Kate Bush is a trailblazer with a capital T. Ever since she burst onto the scene in the late 70s, she's barely missed a step, but her time in the mainstream still took its toll on her.
The plan was for a fully integrated dancing, singing, clowning, conjuring, acting, poetical effects show, throwing everything in and just hoping it would hold together.
Bush went on one tour in 1979 and was so worn out by it that she didn't play another full concert until 2014, where she held a 22-date residency at the Hammersmith Apollo in London. Bush's music and performance style is so heavily conceptual that the notion of her ever embarking on a conventional tour seems unlikely. Another stage show isn't out of the question, according to the singer herself, but that's about as much as we can hope for.
Come on, darling, let's exchange the experience.
Which retired performer do you wish you could see in concert one more time? Let us know in the comments.
Got no plans, I ain't going nowhere. Take your best car and keep on driving.